And then when did you end up going to clown college?
Fuck, man, I can't remember. I think it was like 2000 and it was after I left uni. So it's just going from strength to strength, man. Arts degree to clown college. It was a Col Philippe Gaulier, which is like a place run by a very strange old French man. And I'd seen a show by Dr. Brown, who I thought was fucking incredible. And that was the only thing I knew about it was that he went there. So I wanted to go there after doing a workshop with him. And then, like, you look it up online, and its website, which I was just looking for before, and I think they've let their domain lapse or something because I can't find it. It used to be you would load up ecolephilippegaulier.com, and it's supposed to be this like worldwide famous drama school that is teaching clown and theater in a way that no one else does. You finish loading it up, immediately the first thing that greets you is the loudest fucking cock-a-doodle-doo stock sound effect you've ever heard, and a JPEG of a rooster spins across your screen up to here, and then it just cuts to like an image of the school, which is a building in Étampes, like in the south of Paris, about an hour, and then like a JPEG of Philippe Gaulier, the oldest Frenchman ever, just slowly slides up here. His wife comes up here, and then in the windows of the school, 2 images of their dogs just go blip blip with like fire in their eyes. It was the most unhinged Web 1.0 shit you've ever seen. So good.
So good.
It was GeoCities. Like, the guy was making so much money. I assume he just got, like, I don't know, a weird student that they had once, and he was like, I love it. This is the perfect distillation. It was so good.
That's really, really funny. So is that one of the big French clown schools?
No,
I don't know how the French clown school system works, to be honest with you.
It's unclear, man. It's kind of the weird one. I was about to say punk one, but I didn't want to seem completely pathetic. But like, there's 2 schools. There's Lecoq and there's Gaulier. And Lecoq has a very strict practice where it is all acting. You get very few people who are focused on kind of comedy going to Lecoq. You get a lot of like actors there, from what I can tell, who are still, can be interested in comedy, but very few comedians. And at the end of the first year of your course in Lecoq, they cull half the year.
Damn.
Yeah, wow.
So you can just be like, hey, you don't get to do the second year. You are not good enough. We don't think you'll get anything from it. And you just have to leave. And
that's crazy.
And that's how you become a sad clown.
Yeah, it is brutal.
You just walk out and it's going. It's your big shoes.
So brutal. Yeah, everyone's getting a lift to the airport in the same tiny car. You're putting their skills to use. But like Gaulier accepts.
None of them can cry, but they're spraying their little their little flowers are crying.
Yeah. Mixing salt into the seltzer water to give it that authentic tear. Yeah. And then Lecoq just accepts everyone at any time. Like, if you want, Gaulier just accepts anyone at any time. So you can go to Gaulier for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, however long you want, and you can leave whenever. And it's much less.
Do you get a bit of paper?
Yeah, you get a tiny bit of paper, but it has a real. I think that it's just printed like it's LaserJet.
Right?
Like
You're not showing it to anyone.
Yeah. Even if Lecoq is run by like a group of people, École Philippe Gaulier is an old man and his wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have looked him up before because you've obviously told me about clown school a little bit before. And he looks to be very well respected in a like crazy savant kind of way.
Yeah, he's really good. And every day we would be like, am I just in a cult? Because I spend so much time trying to divine the meaning of what this man is saying. Like, you'd hear people being like, I think he said that I was unfuckable on stage. Does that mean that I should like wear different things, or should I just try and bring a different energy? And it's just like, no, he just didn't like what you were doing. He thought it was shit. And it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did either of you graduate?
I didn't.
You didn't graduate. How close were you to graduating just before it got?
I was supposed to graduate once. And then I got all this correspondence and shit, and they were like, oh, some courses that you did in the first year don't matter anymore, so you have to come back and get those credit points again.
How fucked is that?
And then, so I went back and did it, like, filled those points, and they were like, yeah, sweet. And then when I got to the end of they were like, oh, those courses don't go towards that.
Oh my God.
So you need to come back.
That's so funny.
I came back again, and then they were like, no, now even something else, another reason you can't graduate. And I was like, I'm just going to do comedy.
The university just looking at their papers like, actually, looking at this, it says here you didn't learn anything at all. And you're a pathetic little worm, so I guess you've got to come crawling back on your stomach, don't you, you pathetic little worm?
Oh, I love the idea that a university that gave you a bunch of courses, you then go to graduate and they're like, oh, these?
Oh,
no,
these? No.
Yeah, we actually can't believe we did that.
Oh, we put those on the syllabus as a joke. You did that?
Sorry, these were the joke. You took the joke courses?
Yeah. But I also, like, I had lecturers and tutors who just... They'd be like, oh, hey, I have anxiety, so that might change. And then there was a guy who just wouldn't turn up. And people would get a bus like 3 hours from New South Wales. Who knows why they're going to Griffith on the Gold Coast.
That's so funny.
And they'd just turn up. We'd hang around for half an hour and be like, I guess he's not coming. And then the final assignment that we did, which was submitting an original script, every single person in the class got a B-.
That's
with the same
so
feedback.
funny.
Like, he just clearly didn't read a thing.
Yeah.
Now, the idea that you're taking you're trying to get a qualification from courses that they can't find teachers who don't have anxiety disorders for.
Yeah.
It's really concerning.
Yeah.
And maybe you should have done STEM.
Yeah. I took one course in academic writing, which is just where they teach you what a past participle is and how to use a semicolon. And we got there, and like, we're sitting there, books open, like, all eager to learn. And the lecturer guy's like, this is at 9 o'clock in the morning. And he's like, yeah, just for a bit of disclosure, I got the job 2 hours ago. So I don't know what we're supposed to do today. And we're like, great.
Cool.
Man.
Griffith Uni, guys.
What a place. Oh.
Yeah, love it.
Hey, just for disclosure.
And then you, Tom.
Oh, no, sorry, you go.
No, please.
Just be like,
don't even interrupt the rest.
Oh, just for disclosure, I'm just a student, but I have wandered up the front, so I figure
What was France like for you?
It was good. I never learnt French, which is bad.
Okay.
School's taught in English.
I don't think you should. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I don't think you should learn that language.
You're right.
Is there a more useless language?
Oh, there's a few.
Who speaks it? The French?
Well, French Canadians. But yeah, the France is cool, man. The thing they don't that doesn't show through in all the pictures is how much that city, Paris, truly reeks of piss. Just
man, that's true for like Toronto. That's true for any city with like a population density high enough. I remember like getting out of the subway after landing in Toronto, and walking up to street level and going, "Oh wow, okay."
But
this is people smell.
I guess it's different because at least in Paris, I was like, oh, I'm in a postcard, but the postcard smells so bad. Like, right by Notre Dame or whatever, and rest in peace, Notre Dame, after that terrible fire, the worst thing that has happened up to this date. Right by Notre Dame, if you fucking make the mistake of breathing through your nose rather than your mouth, you are getting blasted with ammonia. Like, it smells like a fucking litter tray. It's so crazy. And then they're like we just sat by the canal and, we're having a lovely picnic, which is one of the nicest memories I have. But we would just watch as men would just piss on the street across from us.
What?
It's a
Why?
barbaric.
What?
They're barbaric people.
Like a week ago, I went to the Aldi around the corner just to get groceries. And there was a dude there, I can't remember his name, but he's a regular at the Cecil.
Oh, yeah.
And he's like, I just hear this, Dalton. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? I turn around, it's this guy, like I recognize him. I'm like, hey, man. And he's like, dude, how are the gigs going? I was like, yeah, great, man.
So good.
And he's like, oh, people are actually coming out for him. And I was like, yeah. what are you talking about? No, like, it's all gone.
Nothing's open, man. Like, what do you think is happening?
Oh man, he's gonna be standing in the middle of the wasteland and be like, "Oh, how's the gigs going?" Like a rad roach just halfway through his fucking chest.
Yeah.
He's tied to the front of a truck. How's the gigs, man?
So
he's become the hood ornament.
Yeah.
Dalton.
Yeah. No, man, I'm kind of looking into some other work as a blood bag. I heard them refer to me as.
Yeah, I've actually become a horn.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, right. Oh. What would be great, Dalton? Sorry. Can I just get
No,
please let me get one last riff in. What would be great?
Do it, be a little riff boy, Tom.
What would be great, Dalton, is for Mad Max Fury Road to come out, but instead of the man playing a guitar on top of the truck full of speakers, it should be you doing crowd work as people just charge into battle. Just you fucking bungee cords on you. So, what's your
Sad Max Fury Road.
Yeah,
I was trying to think. That's the closest I could get to a good pun on Fury Road, and I'm very mad at myself. That was it. To turn this around real quick, Tom, what was your worst? What's the worst you've felt on stage or coming off stage?
Oh man, so many. Probably one of the first ones is the same year I did my first solo show. I did a duo show with my friend Zach down in Adelaide to between 3 and 5 people a day. In a 60 to 80 seater room. Yeah, it was brutal, man. We were doing a duo show. That's like the audience numbers we deserved. We hadn't really written it. We were just like, yeah, we'll just find the fun. No. Anyway, at one point, there were like 5 people in the crowd. There were 3 like artists who we'd met before and were nice. They were enjoying it well enough. And then there was there was an elderly couple, and they were in the front row, kind of just off to the left, a bit in front of the speakers. At one point in the bit, I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, is everything okay?" Because the lady was just doing this, like holding her ears, and she was like,
"It's too loud."
And I was like, "Okay." And so I walked over to the laptop and I turned down the volume on the laptop, and I'm like, "Is that?" But it's just 2 fucking idiots on a stage. Like the laptop's right there. I can just do that. And it's like, okay. At the end of it, we're like, I finish up and I'm like, okay, well, I just had this inkling in my mind that my parents, they might know my parents because my parents were like, oh, we know 1 or 2 people down in Adelaide. Maybe they'll come and see you. And I was like, don't tell them I'm down there. I don't want that. Anyway, I'm like, at the end, and I wish I hadn't asked, I'm like, do you know my parents? And the lady was like, yes, but don't worry, we won't tell them.
So brutal. Don't worry, we won't tell them.
That's probably, yeah. That was a hard bomb, dude.
And you're still, like, doing, like, casting calls and stuff for ads?
Yeah, it's weird. Sure am. There's like pretty strict COVID regulations around the casting and stuff. Like, so super skeleton crew. We're doing some, yeah. Short answer, yes. Who knows why?
Okay.
But it's
okay. So you're auditioning from home and doing all of that.
Yeah, dude. I'm getting more work now than I would have if I was like able to leave the house. If you get an ad, apparently you go there, it's all fucking super sanitized and stuff, and then the COVID shoot protocols are very intense. Oh yeah, just like makeup artists sanitizing their own kit, additional hand washing stations around set. Don't come if you have any cold or flu symptoms. But yeah, they're all kind of across the board.
Like, you can't perform on stage anymore. Fortunately, you're in a great position where you have a podcast with Demi, bigsofttitty.png. Yeah. You're streaming and doing YouTube stuff. Obviously, the ads and like casting for stuff is going well, which is sick. And additionally, you have an Amazon Prime special coming out on the 1st of May.
Yeah.
Which looks sick, by the way.
Thanks,
I saw
man.
a couple of little promos for it. Looks great.
Yeah, that's really exciting. It feels almost very. It feels like I imagine it would have felt having your birthday on September the 11th. Because I'm like, yeah, I'm really excited for the thing, but I'm gonna tamp it down a little. Like, it's not about me, but it does look sick, and I'm really excited for that to come out.